Let's reposition that a bit. There we go. I'm going to do a quick unboxing, as I haven't unboxed it yet. I've had it for a week. I'm waiting for the chance to do this, so you have to bear with me. So I have 3 items to do today. I've got the Elite controller, the Halo Elite controller. Console, which I'll show you in a bit. The other bit. I want to see what my code's for. No. And there's a code in it. I'll start with the controller. The camera down. You can see. See what we've got in it. That's the actual case compared to there's one. That's what the Elite 2 controller case looks like. That's the other one. There's a slight difference in them. Then and here is oh, it's nice Master Chief looked. Yeah, paddles on the back are the same colour as the standard one. Yeah, you've got your gold via the Chief visor, greens, as well as all the other usual bits you'd expect to find. Yeah, two really short, 2 like medium-sized sticks, and then weirdly 1 long one. And 1 short, don't one. It's slightly confusing. Don't know why. It is. Well, let me get it out. A little button D-pad, so you got the choice of 2 again. Oh, it's it now. Probably not. Written on that. Yeah. Isn't on the other ones. I'm presuming there's a little service tag on there then. Quite cool. And apart from that, oh, that off there. And it's also got a little thing in there as well. Quite cool. No, I've got my Master Chief. There we go. Hold it. And then in the rest of the box is you got your cable. This time it's green, matching cable. And get this believe this is just instructions, but so we've also got that, which doesn't actually say what it is, it just says game add-on. So we'll have to see what that is. And yeah, just your usual instruction booklets, stuff in there. Nothing that exciting. That, but be nice to see we have code to use. Box back together. Chances are I won't actually doing anything with this controller. So I've moved into my new place where I can set up things better. That might fit in better. Maybe. Or maybe not. Well, stop this music because I don't know whether you can hear me properly over it. Got to do that. Leave that on display, put that back there. Right. Before I move on to the console, let's put a pause in. Figurine. We're going to find loads of sellotape on this. Like. So, once I eventually get into it. There we go. So we have in here one little Master Chief, and his assault rifle. Now how this get there is a complete mystery to me. I could only assume this goes on his back. Then yeah, Master Chief, his assault rifle. And another add-on. Add-ons. Big Chief. Right. Now I don't know how this is going to fit on. Yes. Let's get a sticky label here. Raduca, how are you? There we go. That's just out of it. Okay. more bits. There we go. Oh, I can get I'll tell us. Yeah, that's a different bit on it. So hopefully now I've done this right, which I'm really hoping I have. Get it open. It is. Box. This then. Cool. You can probably all guess what this bit is. Yeah. Much more wrapping. You are okay. Okay. In here, little something. We have don't need that bit. But yeah. Adapter. Ooh. No. Lovely design, stars and everything over it. And yeah, your sync button, jack button, one USB on the front, and we have two USBs, an Ethernet port, storage expansion port, one HDMI out, and a power port. Yeah, these don't have so they don't work. How well they work with my headset. Mine indeed. After that, a little getting started. Just a little getting started then. Yes, that's no. High speed HDMI. Only be useful. I'll only use on this console. And then what other goodies are hidden? This. Which is oh. Matches the console very well. And the difference between the Elite and this one is that, of course, that is still an Xbox One design, whereas this is the Series X design, or Series S design, so it's got the share button as well. And well, the old ones like this for a while. Well, not the old ones, but the non-Elite controllers for a while. So light in comparison. There he is. Battery compartment on the back. Now whether I've got a rechargeable battery pack so I can fit that, I don't know. I'll have to check. But it would be a bit turned off, so I'll probably have to just find a rechargeable battery. And they do supply you with a couple of batteries. I can make use of the power. Whether it's all just padding out, or am I missing something? No. That's it. All of it. So yeah, my little figurine, Master Chief figurine. We have the controller, the Elite controller. Oil whistle over it, yeah, 117 on here. Then yeah, AI chip slot. 3-stage. We have Series X controller. Really snazzy. And finally, hey, Black Ninja. Yeah, probably gonna have it sat like that, I think. The other way, have it like that. One of the two ways. I don't know. I haven't decided which way I'm putting it. Oh yeah, it's very nice. No, the controller that comes with it. I use a halo on the back of it, and I did splash out and got the Elite one as well, which is really cool because I got the 117 there, and your little AI chip slot. It is literally like Master Chief's helmet there enough. Certainly wasn't cheap, but very nice. The Elite controller might just sit like that for a while in my Master Chief. I've got to find out what the add-on is that come with it. They've got an add-on with the controller. They don't know what it is. It says an add-on for it. I got a couple of add-ons to add to it, and this, and then yeah, when I fire this up, they should want me to basically have a purchase of the game on it already or something. But no, I'm gonna have to set this up now. Somehow, on space for it on my desk, as there's already one Xbox, two Xboxes on here, but one of them I'll have to disconnect. I basically got to transfer stuff from one Xbox onto this, and then from the other Xbox onto the other one. So this one is mine, and then I got my One X, my spare one I do doing some headshot. So she's got the One X then to play on. So hopefully having good quality gameplay, as well as relatively quick loading times. Certainly with this, it'll be quick. Oh yeah, it's going to take me a while, which is why I wanted to do it first thing this morning, because I've had this sat at home since Monday. We're now Sunday, so 7 days near enough, and I haven't done anything with it. It does seem lightweight. It shouldn't be too difficult because there's literally just the two cables. That's it. That's all I need to plug in. Okay. I shall plug it into monitor. There you go. Oh, I've been looking at it, but I've literally, because I've been at work all week, I haven't had the time as such to sit down. Because I could have set it up and taken it all out of the boxes, but I wanted to do a little video or stream or video or something with me just unboxing it all. So I've had to wait until I've had time to do that. But I have this morning. It's taken me half an hour 25 minutes or so to get what's unboxed and shown off, so wasn't the quickest thing. Wait. Dog getting a bit squeaky in the background. I think he's chasing shadows. Chasing shadows, Teddy. Chasing shadows. But fortunately, I'm going to end it there so I can actually set up the Xbox. At least you got to pop in and see it. I've now got to get it all set up working and load my games onto it and see just how quick it really is. It should go smoothly. Plug a power cable in, plug a HDMI in, transfer stuff. All day. So I will be ending there. Thank you for popping by, Black Ninja. Nice to have a quick chat with somebody about this. Even if it is only a quick chat. Thank you all for popping by and seeing me unbox this console. And maybe live later. I don't know. Depending on how busy I am, I might be doing a stream later. I think so. Yep, you have a good day too. Bye everyone.